What is up, everybody? To Verse TV here today, and we're gonna talk about the Halo TV show. I have had the privilege of watching the entire show. I binge watched it because Game Pass gives you a 30-month trial of Paramount Plus. So I've been catching up on the TV show mainly because people have been talking about this show so much every week since this show has been announced. So the major things people have been complaining about, that Master Chief takes his helmet off too much. You constantly see the actor portraying Master Chief, which is like, if it's an actual actor they paid, actual well-known actor, they kind of want the actor to actually act out the scenes, not just have his voice while he's having a big suit on. So it makes sense to me. I don't have a complaint about the whole his face being shown, because we don't really see that in the video games. I don't think they ever shown his face in the video games, but that really got people triggered that you can see his face in the show. Another thing people like to mention is that the scene where you see his butt cheeks, that really got people kind of triggered. I think it was episode two or three. I think it was two. You seen that, and like that kind of got people triggered. And now the most recent one is when Master Chief has sex with the Covenant spy, and that really triggered the internet. But I have watched all 8 episodes. I gotta say, I don't dislike the show. I don't hate the show. I think the show is actually pretty good. Obviously, this is not the same Master Chief that's in the Halo video games. Maybe because we just had the Marvel Multiverse of Madness movie, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and we have the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. You kind of think of this Master Chief as a variant or another dimensional version of Master Chief, because sure, he's not exactly the same one as the video games, but it's pretty close, and you get to see more interaction, more humanized Master Chief in this one. So I don't have a problem with the scenes that people complained about. The ones where you see his butt cheek, the scene where you saw his butt cheek, it made sense. He was taking like a chip out of his like back, so I don't have a problem with that one. And him having romance with the Covenant spy, I don't have an issue with that either. It's kind of like TV shows that have romance. I don't see a big deal in any of this, but people are overdoing it. Like when the show first start off, you see a village gets completely decimated by the elite and the Covenant forces. And it's like really intense. You see kids dying a lot. Kids die a lot in this TV show. They do not hold back on the violence, especially against kids with these aliens. So then you see the Spartans come in, or Master Chief and the rest of the Spartans, and they save the day. So that first episode was probably the best one I've seen so far. Out of the 8 episodes I've seen, the first episode was probably the best one. But yeah, I have been watching each episode, enjoying the new characters they introduce, on the edge of my seat with each ending of the episodes, and I've just been enjoying it so far. So I know a lot of like comments online, like I'm gonna go through a list of them where they are not happy about this TV show, but this show is free. You get a free month if you got Xbox Game Pass Ultimate or Xbox. I think it's just Ultimate. Maybe it might be regular Game Pass as well. But if you're looking at the perks under Game Pass, the perks menu, this is free, so you get to try the show out for yourself. I definitely enjoyed it. Mainly because people kept talking about it. So I kind of had to watch and see what the big deal was with the show, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to episode 9 and further. So the internet comments didn't dissuade me from liking the show. It's like, sure, it's not the same Master Chief we get in the games, but this Master Chief is okay. I'm enjoying this character of this portrayal of Master Chief. I'm okay with it. I actually like the story as well too that's going on right now. Like, especially with the Covenant spy lady. She has an interesting story as well. She's a human who is working for the Covenant. That is pretty interesting. That is intriguing. Like, where do we go from here? And he had one scene where she's like controlling, like, I couldn't tell if it was a flood, but it was like these little worm creatures. Because I know the flood, like when they attack people, they usually like take over their bodies and make them become like zombies. But we had like those creatures. I think it was the flood that she controlled, and that was a cool scene. You see the army get completely decimated by some aliens. So by the flood, I think they're the flood. So that was a cool scene. So there are some cool scenes, some cool fight scenes in this show. So I'm enjoying it. People are overreacting, but I think this is Paramount TV's biggest TV show. Like this is their biggest TV show at the moment. So obviously somebody's watching it. Somebody has to like the show, then if it's like people are constantly watching it. But let's read some of these comments. The Halo TV show is an effort insult and slap in the face of the past 20 years of storytelling universe building. It really feels like they watched all the trailers for the game and called it good on research. One of the biggest insults to me was this ignore Master Chief sex. Okay. I haven't been really following the Halo TV show. I wonder what. Yeah, talking about Master Chief having sex. That's what the main thing people are really complaining about. Halo TV show spoilers. He is pulling his C out. Yeah. Dude, this Halo TV show, Master Chief really effed a Covenant spy, and Cortana just watched like a cuckold. My brain hurts. An interaction between Cortana and Master Chief. They have a rocky start at first, so I like that. I like that interaction. Like he really wasn't feeling Cortana at first, with her being inside of his head, but then they kind of grow together. They kind of bond together. So the show is interesting. I mean, I'm enjoying the show so far, but this last episode really got people kind of triggered. These diehard Halo fans who are really into the lore of Halo, probably read the books and everything. I'm not that deep into the lore of Halo. Like, I played the games. Like, I probably barely tell you the story of the games because I played them such a long time ago. But I'm like, this ain't really triggering me like how these people are so angry about it. I was like, I'm just enjoying what they show me so far. It's a cool sci-fi show. We see a super soldier fight against aliens and stop the alien forces. I mean, that's what it is, pretty much. Let's see. Mandalorian helmet kiss style is better than a Halo TV show sex scene. How do we cancel the Halo TV show? They want the show canceled. I mean, you can just stop watching it. I mean, people are enjoying the show. It's, like I said, it's Paramount's biggest show at the moment. I waited 20 years for a Halo TV series, and this is the garbage we've been given. I stuck with the show as long as I could, but this is just terrible. The Halo TV show is terrible. Paramount spent $10 million per episode for Cortana to watch Master Chief have sex with a Covenant spy. The Halo TV show right now be like actually trying to recover the Halo show. Continue messing up the Master Chief and have him F an alien traitor while his mom watches. I would rather carry the mark of shame on my forehead for the rest of my life than have my name listed in the credits of the Halo TV show. That's kind of rough right there. I mean, these people work hard on this show, but okay. I think people are just overdoing it for some clicks and some reactions, but the show ain't that bad, bro. The show is not that bad as people send it out to be. He said they made Cortana a cuck. That's pretty hilarious. Halo S posters although Chief is a virgin. Halo TV show allow us to fix that. Halo S posters, wait, no. F this Halo TV show and its cringe, out of touch direction. The Halo TV show feels like a Resident Evil live action movie all over again. Financially successful, but horrible reviews and is incredibly derivative of the source material. Why the Halo TV show isn't working? Is it really not working? Like, if it's the biggest show right now on Paramount and people are watching it, obviously it's working. People are tuning in, so it's obviously working. Master Chief has sex with a Covenant lady in the new episode of Halo TV show. Man takes his suit off so much at this point he is just keeping his Johnson warm inside of other people. Well, like I said before, they hired an actual well-known actor, so they want this guy to actually act instead of just wearing a suit. Because that was the problem with The Mandalorian. Like, I didn't even know that one guy, I forgot his name at the moment. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but I didn't even know the guy who played the Mandalorian was in Game of Thrones because I didn't see him outside the Mandalorian suit, so I'd never know he was the same guy. But they probably don't want that to happen again, where it's like a big character who has a suit on all the time. They kind of want to portray the actual actor acting that character. So I see why they're doing it. It's not shocking to me. But let's talk about Paramount Plus. People who are probably interested in Paramount Plus. This is what you get so far. For the TV shows, this is the most popular stuff right now. Mainly like a lot of Nickelodeon stuff, a lot of classic Nickelodeon stuff like SpongeBob, Rugrats, all that stuff like that. Get the Halo TV show is probably the biggest draw for the service right now. Picard, which I was watching a little bit of. I'm not a big Star Trek fan. Like I watched the most recent remake movies, which I liked. This Picard show was pretty good. Like the first episode I've seen has a lot of action so far. It's pretty cool. You see this one? And everything else is like CBS type of content. So CBS are like reality TV shows. But they got a lot of classic Nickelodeon shows on here, which is pretty cool. Like the Nickelodeon stuff was pretty good on here. Like they got the Nickelodeon cartoon shows like Rugrats, All Real Monsters. All of the classic Nickelodeon shows on here. All the classic live action Nickelodeon shows on here too, which is pretty cool. Movies wise, they got a decent selection of movies. Let's look at the movies real quick. Go to the movies. Okay. So they got The Lost City, which just came out. I was watching a little bit of this. Like I was so bored watching this, I couldn't get into this. But they got this, that which is a new movie, a newer movie. Jackass Forever, which is a newer movie. I haven't watched that yet. The Scream remake, which I kind of want to watch. So they got some decent stuff that are probably. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I'm kind of mainly watching this for the Halo TV show, but I don't know. This is only $5 a month if you get the ad version, the version you gotta pay for. You gotta watch ads. It's only $5. But if you want to get like the unlimited with no ads, it's $10 a month. So you probably might want to consider it if you want a new streaming service. But that's the thing with these streaming services. There's way too many of them now. There's too many in my opinion. Like there's way too many streaming services. You got this one. You got Netflix. You got Hulu. You got Disney Plus. You got Amazon, the Amazon one. There's too many of them now at this point. Peacock, you got that one too. So you kind of probably want to pick and choose when they got exclusive content. But this is pretty cool so far. It's the only real major thing I have with this is like this kind of freezes a lot than the other apps I use to stream stuff. So that's like the other major complaint with those. But I'm enjoying it so far with the free trial they gave me. So yeah, but I definitely recommend you watch the show for yourself to form your own opinion about this, because like I said, the main thing people are talking about is just Master Chief having sex, and it's like really making people mad about this show. But other than that, the show is really good. Like I said, the show is really good. There's a lot of cool fight scenes, a lot of cool sci-fi stuff in here. You get to see the Covenant, which is not so much. Like you only seen the Covenant really in a few episodes, but when they are on the screen, it's pretty cool to see the aliens fighting against the humans. It's pretty cool to see like how strong the Covenant really is and why they need the Spartans to stop them, because they are definitely a strong force with the Covenant. So like I said, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing so far. But if you have watched the show, let me know your thoughts down below. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. If I want to see your thoughts down below, or let me know if you're going to check this show out, because they are offering a free month of this on Game Pass. So let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.